By the time we reach our mid-60s, something quiet begins to change inside the body. Blood flow to the brain slowly decreases, and circulation to the eyes weakens even more. This isn't a guess or an opinion. It's something researchers have carefully measured over time. When circulation slows, the brain doesn't work the way it used to. Nerve signals take longer. The retina becomes less responsive. You may notice names slipping away, small letters becoming harder to read, or mornings that start with a heavy mental fog, as if your mind never fully rested. Most people are told this is just part of getting older. Something to accept and move on from. But what if that explanation is incomplete? What if this kind of decline isn't random at all, and more importantly, what if it doesn't have to be permanent? Here's something most people are never told. When you fall asleep, your brain and your eyes don't switch off. They shift into a quiet repair phase. During these hours, tissue is renewed, waste is cleared away, and vital signals are gently restored. But there's an important detail many people miss. This repair process can only happen if your body has the right building blocks. Without them, even the best sleep can fall short. The reassuring part is this: you don't need a prescription, and you don't need costly supplements. Sometimes, all it takes is a small amount of the right food in the evening, simple, natural, and easy to manage. In this video, I'll share 4 dried fruits that support both brain function and retinal health in a gentle, natural way while you sleep. Each one is supported by research, and each is easy to find at home or in a nearby store. If you're over 60 and want to stay clear-minded and visually strong, stay with me. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. This may be one of the simplest, most effective health habits you add this year. Let's begin with a fruit that has supported human health for thousands of years, the fig. Soft, natural, sweet, and deeply nourishing. Most people see figs as just a traditional treat, but very few realize how powerful they can be for the aging brain and eyes, especially at night. Inside every dried fig is a quiet blend of nutrients your body needs more of as you get older. Natural polyphenol help protect delicate cells, while magnesium and potassium support healthy circulation and calm the nervous system. There's also a gentle fiber that works slowly, allowing these nutrients to release while you sleep. Now let's look at what science tells us. Researchers studying fig extracts have found that they help shield brain cells from oxidative stress, the kind of internal wear that builds up with age. By supporting the body's own antioxidants, figs may help reduce inflammation and protect neurons, 2 major factors linked to memory decline later in life. But figs don't only protect, they support renewal. Studies in nutritional neuroscience have shown that diets including figs helped aging brains form stronger connections between nerve cells. This ability, known as synaptic plasticity, is what allows the brain to stay adaptable, responsive, and mentally clear. Simply put, figs help the brain stay connected to itself. The eyes benefit in a similar way. The retina is one of the most active tissues in the body, even during sleep. It constantly needs nutrients to maintain clarity and sensitivity. Figs provide plant pigments and natural sugars that support the renewal of light-sensing cells and improve circulation to the optic nerve. Clinical reviews have suggested that figs may help slow age-related retinal changes by keeping blood vessels flexible and reducing sugar-related damage in eye tissue, a hidden contributor to blurred vision in older adults. One woman I worked with, 68 years old, shared that she often woke up with dry, uncomfortable eyes and a heavy mental fog. After adding just 2 dried figs in the evening, she noticed a change within weeks. Her eyes felt more comfortable in the morning, and conversations flowed more easily without searching for words. There's a reason this works so well at night. Figs contain a small amount of natural sugar, but when eaten with protein or healthy fat, like a few almonds or a spoon of nut butter, they help keep blood sugar steady. This supports deeper sleep while quietly fueling the brain's overnight repair process. Choose organic dried figs that are soft and unsulfured. Eat 2 to 3 about 1 hour before bedtime. You can enjoy them on their own or pair them with a few nuts or a small slice of cheese for better absorption. Avoid fig candies or jams. The benefit isn't in the sweetness, but in what happens after you fall asleep, when these ancient fruits support very modern healing inside your brain and eyes. Next, let's talk about a dry fruit almost everyone keeps at home, yet very few realize how valuable it can be for aging eyes and brain health. Raisins may look small and simple, but they carry a surprising amount of support inside them, especially after the age of 60. Most people think of raisins as a child's snack or something sprinkled on oatmeal. But in truth, they're a concentrated source of protective plant compounds that quietly support vision and mental clarity, particularly during sleep. Here's why they matter. While you're asleep, your retina is far from resting. It's actively repairing light-sensing cells and recalibrating the proteins that help you see clearly in low light. This process requires a steady supply of antioxidants and micronutrients. Raisins naturally provide these in a form the body can use easily. Research has shown that dark raisins are rich in compounds like quercetin and resveratrol. These help protect retinal cells from oxidative stress and calm inflammation in the tiny blood vessels of the eyes. This is important because one of the hidden causes of vision decline in older adults is long-term, low-grade inflammation in these delicate capillaries. It develops slowly, but over time it can make vision feel weaker, less focused, and more strained, especially in dim lighting. Raisins also supply small but meaningful amounts of iron and boron, minerals that support oxygen delivery to nerve tissue. This helps the retina and optic nerve maintain the energy they need for sharp contrast and clearer detail. And the benefits don't stop at the eyes. Resveratrol, found in higher amounts in darker varieties of raisins, has been shown to support healthy blood flow in the brain, particularly in areas involved in memory. Studies involving older adults have linked regular resveratrol intake with better performance on memory tasks and lower levels of brain inflammation. This may help explain why some people feel more mentally steady and clear when these nutrients are part of their routine. What makes raisins especially effective is how concentrated they are. Because the water has been removed, their beneficial compounds become more potent. A small amount delivers far more antioxidant support than fresh grapes. And when eaten in the evening with protein or healthy fat, they provide gentle energy to the brain without causing sharp blood sugar swings. About 1 tablespoon of plain, unsweetened raisins around 30 minutes before bedtime is enough. Choose organic varieties when possible, and avoid those coated in oil or preservatives. Darker raisins are especially helpful due to their higher resveratrol content. Sometimes, the most powerful support comes from the simplest foods. Raisins are a quiet example of how something small and often overlooked can make a meaningful difference to your vision, mental clarity, and resilience as you age. Next, let's talk about a fruit that does more than support memory, it brings comfort to it. Dates are soft, naturally sweet, and deeply familiar. For many people, they're connected to tradition and warmth. But behind that gentle taste is a fruit that researchers are paying close attention to. In the study of brain aging, dates are rich in natural glucose, potassium, and protective plant compounds called polyphenol. They also contain fibers that help calm inflammation in the nervous system and support smooth communication between brain cells. Together, these nutrients help the brain feel steadier and more supported, especially in the evening. Let's look at what the research shows. Studies examining date fruit extracts have found that they can help restore memory performance in aging brains under oxidative stress. One key reason is their effect on acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter essential for memory, focus, and mental clarity. As we age, levels of this chemical naturally decline, which can lead to slower thinking and difficulty recalling everyday details. Dates help support this pathway, not by overstimulation, but by gently fueling the systems that carry memory. More recent research has shown that the polyphenol in dates help protect the hippocampus, the brain's memory center, from inflammation and harmful protein buildup. This kind of protection is especially important for long-term cognitive health. Dates also offer meaningful support for the eyes. Their natural vitamin A precursors and carotenoids assist in the renewal of rhodopsin, the light-sensitive pigment in the retina that's essential for night vision. This can make low-light conditions feel less harsh and more manageable over time. Let me share a real-life example. A woman I worked with, 73 years old, felt increasingly frustrated. She misplaced everyday items, lost her train of thought mid-sentence, and eventually stopped driving at night because glare and blur made her feel unsafe. We made one simple change. She added 2 dates in the evening, along with a small handful of pumpkin seeds. Within a few weeks, her confidence began to return. She told me she could read street signs again at night and felt more present in conversations, without feeling lost inside her own thoughts. Was it only the dates? Of course not. But they played an important role by providing steady energy to the brain and the nutrients the eyes need to recover overnight. Dates are effective, but they're also enjoyable, which makes consistency easier. Eat 1 or 2 plain dates in the evening, without coatings or added sugar. Pair them with seeds, yogurt, or a few nuts to slow absorption and support balanced blood sugar. You don't need much. Just regularity, patience, and trust in what nature has quietly perfected. Now let's turn to a fruit as warm and golden as the setting sun, yet far more powerful than its color suggests. Dried apricots may look like a simple snack, but for the aging brain and eyes, they act more like quiet protection. They help form a natural shield. Here's why that matters. Both your brain and your eyes are protected by delicate filtering systems. The blood-brain barrier and the blood-retinal barrier work like careful gatekeepers, deciding which substances are allowed in and which are kept out. As we age, especially after 60, these barriers can slowly weaken. When that happens, inflammatory compounds and oxidative stress have an easier time getting through, contributing to mental fog and gradual vision loss. This is where dried apricots play an important role. Apricots are one of the richest natural sources of beta-carotene, a plant compound your body converts into vitamin A. This nutrient is essential for maintaining the structure of the retina, supporting new nerve cell growth, and strengthening immune protection within the nervous system. Research has shown that beta-carotene helps reinforce the brain's protective barrier, reducing the passage of inflammatory signals into brain tissue. The result is calmer neural environments, better cognitive resilience, and a slower pace of age-related decline. The eyes benefit in a similar way. The retina is essentially an extension of the brain and has its own protective wall. Reviews in eye health research have shown that vitamin A and carotenoids such as lutein and zeaxanthin help strengthen this barrier, lowering the risk of conditions like macular degeneration and stress-related retinal damage. Dried apricots also provide vitamin E, iron, and copper, nutrients that support oxygen delivery to the optic nerve and help retinal cells meet their high-energy demands. This is essential for maintaining sharp contrast and comfortable vision, especially as lighting conditions change. Another advantage of apricots is how gently they work. Their nutrients are naturally bound to fiber, which slows absorption and allows for steady delivery throughout the night. They also contain chlorogenic acid, a compound that supports balanced glucose use in the brain. This means neurons stay fueled without sudden sugar spikes, ideal conditions for overnight repair. Eat 2 to 3 pieces about 1 hour before bedtime. Choose organic, unsweetened apricots without sulfur dioxide. You can enjoy them on their own or pair them with a few sunflower seeds or a teaspoon of almond butter to help absorb fat-soluble nutrients. These golden fruits aren't just pleasant to eat, they're biologically active. And for aging brains and eyes, they're part of the gentle shield the body uses to rebuild, restore, and protect itself night after night. Now let's gently bring everything together into something you can actually start tonight. No pressure, no complicated rules. Just a small habit your body can trust at the end of each day. Here's the truth. You don't need a strict program, and you don't need to change your whole routine at once. What helps most is a steady evening ritual, something simple your brain and eyes can rely on as they prepare to rest and repair. The plan is easy. Each night, choose 2 of the dried fruits we've talked about. One evening it might be figs and raisins. Another night, dates and apricots. You don't need all 4 at the same time. Rotating them through the week actually works better and keeps things enjoyable. About 45 to 60 minutes before bedtime, prepare your small snack. For figs, 2 pieces are enough. For raisins, 1 small spoonful does the job. If you choose dates, 1 or 2 is perfect. And for dried apricots, 2 to 3 pieces are just right. The goal isn't to eat more. It's to eat with intention. Here's a small detail that makes a big difference. Try not to eat the fruits on their own. Pair them with a few almonds, a spoon of nut butter, or even a small slice of cheese. This slows the release of natural sugars and helps your body absorb more nutrients while you sleep. It also keeps you feeling satisfied, so you're less likely to wake up hungry in the middle of the night. If you often wake up with a dry mouth or feel thirsty, have a small glass of water alongside your snack. Just enough to support digestion and hydration, not so much that it disturbs your sleep. And that's it. No calorie counting. No strict timing. No stress. Just a calm, natural way to support your brain and your eyes before the most important healing window of the day, your sleep. Try this for 7 nights. Just 1 week. Then notice how you feel in the morning. How clear your thoughts are. How your eyes adjust to light. How calm your mind feels. Because often, real improvement doesn't come from doing more. It comes from doing one small thing, consistently, gently, and with care. And you've already taken the first step, crescent moon. Now let's gently close with something I believe every senior deserves to hear, especially you. You stayed until the end, and that says something meaningful. It tells me you care about your mind, your vision, and about staying clear, connected, and capable in the years ahead. And you know what? That care is not misplaced. You deserve to feel steady again. You deserve mornings without the fog, eyes that feel more comfortable, and thoughts that come a little more easily, not a faded version of yourself, but you. Because this was never just about dried fruits. It's about giving your body what it needs to heal, quietly and consistently, night after night. So let's keep this simple. Tonight, choose 2 dried figs, or maybe a few soft, golden apricots. Pair them with a small spoon of nut butter or 5 almonds. Sit down for a moment. Chew slowly. Let that small act become a signal, your body's gentle reminder that rest and repair are about to begin. Then do it again tomorrow. And the night after that. Just a few minutes. Just a small handful. But what you're truly nourishing goes deeper than food, your brain's memory center, your eyes' delicate receptors, and your belief that good health isn't behind you. It's still within reach. I've seen this again and again in older adults who once felt it was too late, people who simply gave themselves 7 days and noticed they felt calmer, clearer, and more like themselves than they had in years. So if you've ever looked in the mirror and wondered whether your best years are over, let this be your reminder. Your brain still remembers how to heal. Your eyes still want to see clearly. All they need is the right kind of support before the lights go out. Thank you for spending this time with us. If this message resonated with you, feel free to like it, share it with someone you care about, or leave a comment below. We read every one. And if you haven't already, consider subscribing to Vital Health. We'll be right here next week with more gentle, science-guided ways to keep your mind sharp, your body strong, and your spirit full. Until then, sleep peacefully tonight, and wake up a little brighter. Crescent moon sparkles.